Hello everyone. Today going back to the basics a little bit, and I had a video speaking about the missionary position before and how I don't like the missionary position for sex magic. And that is because I know that many people use that position in a very dead way. But really most people use any position in a very dead way. So I am going to give an example today with the missionary position for good divine sex magic, and I'm just going to start, and I know you're going to feel it out. I know you're going to just use your imagination and try to feel what I'm saying as I'm giving this example. So the missionary position. So when a man lies on top of you, and it can be, the thing is, until now, and the missionary position, like you can see it in my other video, I'm not going to get into it now, but the intention of that mission from the beginning was to control and to submit the woman to the men. Now, like any magic, and people who know magic know this, the seed and the beginning of everything that you do still holds the power even when it grows and when as time goes by and everything. So that's why the missionary position still doesn't have so much power, almost no power, unless you know how to use it. So I am going to give the example today with the missionary position because most of us do it a lot. And I really believe that, using it correctly, you can create wonders. Obviously, you can work with sigils and spells and other things that I've spoken about. But today I'm going to give a very basic example of how the divine energies should flow during sex, and I'm going to give the example in the missionary position. So when the man is laying above you, you can, like anything, there is polarity in anything. So you can take it to the light or the dark side. And none of them it's not a good or a bad thing. We do not want to be polarized. The opposite. My job is to wake people up to stop being polarized. It's just a point of view. So you can either, if some men, you can have two couples. One couple, the man is going to have the intention of ruling the woman and taking power or taking charge over her, and only kind of humping her, like I'm going to use the word hump because it's the only thing that makes sense here. Kind of humping her and getting what he wants. So energetically, he's actually taking power away from her. He's not being any masculine at all. That is not masculine whatsoever, okay? The masculine is the giver. The feminine is the receiver. She's the vessel. The masculine is the channel that brings light into her. So if a man does sex in that form, he takes energy from her actually instead of giving her, and that completely confuses all the energies, and that creates chaos in their life, in each of their lives, and in the world. Because I am going to repeat this is like the basic of sex magic. Everything you do in the bedroom or in the car or in the tent or whatever, wherever you do it, everything you do while you're having sex has an effect on the entire world. So then you can have another couple, and the man lays, for example, on top of the woman in the missionary position with the intent to just give her everything that he has. And she feels it and she trusts him. And I'm giving like the best example here, right? And she surrenders, and she can be fully feminine. She can open up her heart, her womb, her body, her cervix. Everything is open. She's literally becoming what she should be, which is an open, trusting, relaxed, loving vessel. And he gives her and gives her and gives her, and she receives it. She doesn't take it. That's a dark feminine. She receives his energy with love, fills herself up with that, transmute that energy if needed in her womb, and then brings it up to her heart and sends it back to the man. So you see how that flow is so divine. And then she fills him up with the love that he needs, because his power source is his heart, remember. So, and hers is the womb. Another thing about using that position in a divine way is that if you're a man and you're laying on top of your woman, have the intention to ground her to the floor, to ground her to the earth. Us women, we are so much in our if a woman is her divine and she's doing her spiritual work all the time, trust me, she's not on earth most of the time. She's just not here. I am telling you, because that's my experience. We're just not here most of the time. So what we really need from you, men, divine men, what we really need from you is for you to ground us down. Okay? So when you're on top of her and you just have the intention of, and you can use whatever force you feel your woman likes. That varies from woman to woman, but have the intention and use your imagination to pin her and ground her, not in a form of controlling her and pinning her down that way, but helping her and grounding her into the earth so that she can be connected to the earth more and have more of her powers that way. Because the womb is very connected to the earth as well, and we need help from the masculine to be grounded back into the earth. So that is a super, super powerful tip. And it's a very small thing you can do, but it has a huge, it's huge. I'm telling you, you will feel it. Your woman is going to feel it, and it's going to change the entire dynamics between you, and it's going to create so much light when you're having sex. Yeah, and when she feels grounded and she feels safe, again, men, when she feels safe with you, safe is a key word. You want your woman to constantly feel safe, because when she constantly feels safe and she trusts you, she completely surrenders and lets go, and she can live in her feminine power 24/7. And trust me, when she lives in her feminine power and in her joy 24/7, you will gain so much out of it. Like, that is your greatest gift. So by making your woman happy and feeling safe, you are giving yourself the biggest gift, man. And unfortunately, many men don't think about it, don't want to do it, and they're too stuck in their dark masculine kind of state of mind. But I know that there are some divine men out there, and a lot of men that are seeking their divinity, and many women who are seeking their divinity. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud to be a part of this process, and I'm proud that I received this information to share with everyone. And I know in every cell of my body that once we understand these energies and we work with them correctly, we will change the world. So I am a Sovereign Mother. I love you so much, and I pray for the awakening of all men, women, and children on planet Earth. Thank you so much.